It's no secret that today, traffic is a daily challenge all over San Diego County. With Fanita Ranch, we have an opportunity unique to Santee to improve traffic to the benefit of all residents. This short presentation will highlight the results of years of collaborative traffic studies and mitigation planning. I'll walk you through our approach for improving traffic on Highway 52 with new lanes and a vastly improved on-ramp, our designs for expanding and improving Santee's streets, and dive into what transportation will look like to, from, and within Fanita Ranch itself. Most traffic headaches in Santee begin with State Route 52, so that's where improvements begin. This problematic freeway isn't slated for improvements for decades. Our opportunity is to make things better much sooner. In fact, we've committed to completing improvements to SR 52 before the first resident moves into Fanita Ranch. Our work began with intensive study of traffic on the 52 around Santee and close coordination with Caltrans. Our team has invested more than $3 million and 4 years to understand local traffic and devise the most effective solutions. Caltrans research shows 3 main traffic problems contribute to the daily traffic headache in Santee today. Let's take a look at each. First, much of the morning traffic in Santee is due to State Route 52. As trucks and commuters from El Cajon and other nearby communities climb westbound on 52, it causes slowdown, which leads to backups on local streets. Second, in the afternoon and evening, the bridge over the San Diego River heading east is another choke point. 3 eastbound lanes merge down to 2, causing a slowdown. Third, what makes morning traffic even worse is an outdated on-ramp at Mast Blvd. It allows just a few cars to merge onto 52 at a time, creating long lines. We have a plan to address these issues. Once we had the biggest problem spots identified, our next step was to identify and design possible solutions. Our first proposed solution is to add an additional westbound lane on 52 to speed the flow of cars heading up and out of Santee. Here's a stretch of 52 just west of the landfill. Today, there are 3 lanes, as indicated by 3 yellow arrows. We will add a 4th westbound lane and move the bike path to the eastbound side of the highway, shown with a green line. That extra room for morning commuters will help traffic. Now let's look at the other direction, eastbound 52. By adding an additional lane on the San Diego River Bridge, we remove the funnel where 3 lanes go down to 2. Here's how the bridge looks today, just past the merge point. You see only 2 lanes, highlighted with 2 arrows. And here it is with a 3rd lane, shown in green, removing the funnel and clearing the slowdown. That extra lane on the bridge keeps cars moving freely all the way to State Route 125. Both of these improvements, west and east on the 52, will help relieve congestion. Mast Blvd traffic will improve with the increased capacity on 52, but we want to do better. We will upgrade the 52 on-ramp at Mast Blvd to a high-capacity on-ramp. Here it is today. There are 2 right-hand turn lanes from Mast onto the ramp, shown again with yellow arrows. These 2 lanes collapse into just 1 before joining the freeway, leaving only 3 westbound lanes on the 52. By removing the merge, 2 lanes will connect with SR 52 instead of 1, making 4 total westbound lanes. Because there is no merging, and 1 additional lane shown with the green arrow, traffic will flow more freely. To be clear, this traffic is not a Santee-focused problem. It's a 52 problem. Yet with Fanita Ranch, working closely with Caltrans to complete these improvements, we have the opportunity to make traffic better. It's important to note that the 52 improvements will have a dedicated environmental review and approval process, just like any other Caltrans project. We have agreed to a strict standard that all the 52 upgrades must be completed before any new home at Fanita Ranch is occupied. That commitment will be memorialized in a legally binding document between the city and HomeFed. Now that we've examined the region, let's move closer to home and discuss Fanita Ranch's plans to improve Santee's city streets. As you all know, the Fanita Ranch property lies along the northern border of the city. When Santee was incorporated in 1980, This property was included and set aside for development. It's been planned for homes for 40 years. Taken together, added lanes in both directions of 52 and the new high-capacity on-ramp at Mast Blvd will help traffic significantly. The stacked green cars represent the increased capacity at peak hours, and the blue cars indicate the new capacity on SR 52 that Fanita Ranch residents will use. As you see, Fanita Ranch will use just 25%, leaving the remaining capacity to improve traffic for all of Santee. These improvements will take approximately 18 months to complete, so they could be done as early as late 2022. Understanding the traffic challenge with the 52, we know we needed to do much more than just accommodate our project. We needed to make traffic even better than it is today. An independent economic impact study came to the same conclusion. London Motor Advisors stated, improvements of this scale cannot be achieved without the approval of Fanita Ranch. Working with Caltrans, we enlisted traffic engineering professionals to create simulations. They used traffic research, projections of future population growth, potential developments in the pipeline, and data from Caltrans to create conservative estimates of how traffic will change in the future. Conservative means these simulations assume a higher level of growth in traffic than is likely. Here's an example. Just like any map, this is hard to read without a key. So, let's look at what the elements in this simulation mean. The traffic on the roads in this simulation is color-coded, similar to how traffic appears on Google Maps. Green is for free-flowing traffic traveling 60 miles per hour or faster. Yellow is for traffic not as free-flowing. These cars are going between 45 and 60 miles per hour. Orange means traffic is pretty restricted, cars traveling between 30 and 45 miles per hour. And red shows that traffic is quite heavy. Cars are traveling 30 miles per hour or slower. Now that we can translate these maps, let's use them to examine traffic. We will look at traffic today, traffic in 2035 without Fanita Ranch or the improvements, and traffic in 2035 with Fanita Ranch and the traffic improvements Fanita Ranch will bring. We use 2035 because SANDAG, in coordination with local government and agencies, designates 2035 as a horizon year, a mutually agreed upon future point of reference for comparing changes in traffic, population, and other things. The first is a simulation comparing traffic today with traffic in 2035 on westbound SR 52. Data for all these simulations came from Caltrans. Here's the freeway during the morning commute. Notice all the red. Looks like small ants. Those are cars traveling less than 30 miles per hour. The backup exists before you even get to Mast. That's due to traffic from El Cajon and other communities to the east and south, choking traffic from the 125 freeway to the 15 freeway. Today it takes about 24 minutes to go the 6 miles from Fanita Parkway to Santo Road. And here's a projection for the westbound 52 in the morning in 2035. Please note, this is traffic without Fanita Ranch and without our proposed improvements. You can see the traffic gets worse, and the travel time increases by 70%, up to 41 minutes. In 2035, with Fanita Ranch residents and the extra westbound lane that we have planned, traffic will be even better than it is today, down to 18 minutes, even after adding in Fanita's new residents. This says it all. In 2035, travel time will be 70% longer than it is today, and that's without Fanita Ranch traffic, and more important, the Fanita Ranch traffic improvements. With Fanita Ranch and the Fanita Ranch improvements, travel time will be 25% shorter than today. Let's look at the eastbound 52 improvements, followed by our plans to convert the Mast Blvd on-ramp to a high-capacity on-ramp. Data for all these simulations came from Caltrans. Here's how it looks today. As most people know, it's a rough trip. It takes about 18 minutes to get from Santo Road to Mission Gorge during afternoon peak hours. This is a projection for 2035 without Fanita Ranch or the proposed traffic improvements. The already long travel time gets even longer, now taking 21 minutes to travel from Santo Road to Mission Gorge. This is 2035 with Fanita Ranch and the extra eastbound lane over the San Diego River Bridge. With this lane, there won't be the bottleneck where 52 merges down to 2 lanes. The lane Fanita Ranch will add cuts the travel time from today's 18 minutes down to just 12 minutes. Here's the difference for eastbound SR 52 in 2035. Travel times will increase to 21 minutes without Fanita Ranch or our planned improvements. With Fanita Ranch improvements and traffic from its residents, travel times will be 33% shorter than they are today. This is the morning peak hour commute time today on Mast Blvd. If you live in Santee, you know how bad it is. You'll see the average travel time for a car to go from the Fanita Parkway to the 52 is 16 minutes. Notice the long backup onto Mast Blvd. This is a projection for the morning commute in 2035 without Fanita Ranch. You can see the traffic gets worse, backing up past Santee Lakes, and the travel time doubles to 32 minutes. With Fanita Ranch and the Fanita Ranch traffic improvements, there is still traffic, but because of the improvements, travel time from Fanita Parkway to SR 52 will take only 11 minutes, less time than it takes today. Here's the difference for Mast Blvd in 2035. Travel from Fanita Parkway to SR 52 will double, from 16 minutes to 32 minutes. With Fanita Ranch and its residents, traffic will be even better than it is today. As you all know, the Fanita Ranch property lies along the northern border of the city. When Santee was incorporated in 1980, this property was included and set aside for development. As a result, the main thoroughfares connecting the property to the rest of Santee, Fanita Parkway, and Cuyamaca Street were engineered to be wider than was needed at the time to accommodate the planned future at Fanita Ranch. This helped prevent expensive work in the future, but avoided building it before it was needed. To create access to Fanita Ranch, we will extend Fanita Parkway and Cuyamaca to connect with the new neighborhoods and their own street and trail networks. Our traffic analysis, and common sense, shows us that folks will always look for a shortcut. In this case, we expect drivers leaving Fanita Ranch may try to cross over to Magnolia Avenue through these neighborhoods. So to discourage people from cutting through, our plan also calls for extending Magnolia Avenue from its current terminus at Princess Joanne Road to connect with the new extension of Cuyamaca Street. This will reduce those cut-throughs and provide greater access to Fanita Ranch. When planning street improvements, fire preparedness played a big role. It's crucial that first responders can get in, and residents can get out if need be. That factored greatly into our plans for city streets. We're going to take a closer look at the improvements planned for Fanita Parkway and Cuyamaca Street. It's important to note that Fanita Ranch will pay for all of these improvements, as well as the Magnolia extension. Highlighted in green is Fanita Parkway between Mast Blvd and Lake Canyon Road. This cross-section shows you how Fanita Parkway will be expanded to 4 lanes with a landscape median on the land that has been set aside for decades. There will also be a multi-purpose trail on the west side of the street, closest to Santee Lakes, and bike lanes in both directions. We'll zoom in to show you an aerial of the existing Fanita Parkway, and then a photo simulation of what the improvements will look like. Here's Fanita Parkway today in the center of the screen. On the far left is the Santee Lakes access road and parking. From day one, this road has been planned and engineered to be expanded. You can see the space for it already exists. Here's Fanita Parkway with the improvements completed. 4 full lanes of travel provides ample egress capacity in case of an emergency. From Lake Canyon to Ganley Road, the road will be 3 lanes. Here's another cross-section showing how the road will be improved to 3 lanes with a median, and the continued multi-purpose trail on the west side of the street. Please note, even though there's 1 northbound lane for regular vehicle travel, there's room for an extra emergency lane when it's needed. We will again zoom in on the road area in green to show you an aerial of the existing road, and then a photo simulation of the improvements. Here's the existing 2-lane road. You can see Santee Lakes in the top left corner, and the open space available as part of the planned expansion of Fanita Parkway. The improved road will feature a landscape median, and the multi-purpose trail and bike lanes will continue. North of Ganley, it will be a 2-lane divided road until it reaches Orchard Village within Fanita Ranch, shown here in green. This cross-section shows the continued multi-purpose trail and the 2 travel lanes. You can see there is ample room for an emergency access lane in each direction, in addition to the single lane of normal vehicle travel. We will once again zoom into a section of this road to show the improvements. Here is a look at where the road will go, and how it will look with a new median, trail, and bike lanes. During emergencies, the southbound lanes can accommodate 2 lanes, giving northbound access exclusively to emergency vehicles. Now moving to Cuyamaca Street. Today, the street is wide. From Mast to Wood Glen Vista, the improved road will have 2 lanes of travel in each direction, along with the sidewalks and bike lanes it does today. The road's current footprint is wide enough today to accommodate these changes. We'll zoom in one more time to show today and improved. Here's an overhead of Cuyamaca today, 2 lanes traveling north and 1 lane traveling south. Here are the improvements, 2 lanes in each direction with landscaping and sidewalks on each side. The important thing to note for all these improvements is that the roadways do not move closer to existing homes. Again, looking at evacuation procedures, northbound remains open for emergency vehicles, while southbound can accommodate 2 lanes. North of Wood Glen Vista into Fanita Ranch, the road will be 2 lanes, 1 in each direction, with room for 1 additional emergency access lane in each direction. We've seen how SR 52 will change and traffic will improve, and how city streets will also be enhanced before one resident moves into Fanita Ranch. Now, let's take a look at Fanita Ranch. I'd like to walk you through the internal circulation network within Fanita Ranch's new neighborhoods and explain our design process, which includes complete streets, transportation demand management, and traffic calming features. It's important to keep in mind that Fanita Ranch was designed as a self-contained community, with ample amenities on site, like shopping, a school, fire station, parks, and trails, so people would need to use their cars less frequently to get what they need. Combine that with another important design goal, supporting alternative transportation. Together, a reduced need for car trips plus alternative transportation led us to a complete streets design. Complete streets are designed to safely accommodate all users, including motorists, pedestrians, bicycles, and transit riders. This is achieved by pairing bike lanes, multi-use trails, landscaping, and buffer areas with roadways throughout the community's road network. Our circulation system will use traffic calming features to keep vehicle speeds low, minimize impacts of environmentally sensitive areas, and make things more beautiful. Design elements include roundabouts, split streets, landscape medians, and parkways that will be planted with native plant species. Bike lanes and mountain biking trails are threaded throughout the road network and the property, so residents can get where they want to go on just 2 wheels. Each village is planned to include a bike station where riders have access to water and air, electric bike charging stations, and a bicycle sharing system. Nearly all neighborhoods and gathering spaces will have a bike lockup and parking areas. We've also baked in transportation demand management to our mobility plan for Fanita Ranch. This approach incorporates an understanding of how people use infrastructure to get around and create systems to encourage alternative and more efficient modes of transportation. While minimizing car trips is the best way to cut emissions, using electric vehicles is also a big help. Every private garage will be designed to accept an EV charger. You can see that our plan for Fanita's internal transportation network was designed to reduce car trips and emissions, promote alternative transportation, and get people moving under their own power. We thank you for taking the time to learn about our plans to improve traffic in Santee for all residents. If you still have questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to see these improvements enacted, please sign up on our website.